Hey, you're watching Fishing with Gary today. We're at the Bass Pro Shop service department, and we've got a little story to tell you. And right here with me is the lead mechanic, Joe, and we're going to talk about boats and service and a little thing that happened to me on the lake. I was at the lake a while back, and this guy, I kept seeing him with his boat, wouldn't come out of the water, and he had like a 19-foot boat, 20-foot boat. And so I went up to this guy and said, "What's wrong with your boat? Why won't it come out?" He had a 225 on it, same as me. My boat just comes right out. But he said, "Man, I've had this problem for 15 years. I've owned this boat for 15 years, and I've been all over the valley, all the boat dealers." I said, "You know what? I know a guy that can fix that at the Bass Pro Shop." I said, "It's worthwhile stopping in and see this guy, Joe." And I said, "If he can't fix it, then nobody will fix this for you." So this guy was Skip. He had the boat that wouldn't come out. You probably remember him.
Yep.
Super nice guy, but for 15 years, you know, he couldn't fix it. What did you do to help this guy?
Well, we recommended changing some props and stuff like that, and he had already done propping and everything like that, and it still wasn't helping. So we recommended doing a hydrofoil, or you call them a whale tail. And it's about $80, and it goes right onto the cavitation plate. It's no drill. And then, you know, you take it out, and it actually helps force water down into that prop and helps you get up on plane and break you over. You can do it with bigger boats, ski boats and stuff like that, even your bass boats.
So I suggest that if you have an older boat, and it doesn't matter what brand of boat you have, it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
It could be anything.
Yep.
And I'm out there 2-3 times a week. I see this all the time, these guys, and somebody has to go run up and jump on the front of the boat and to get it to come out, put some extra weight up there. This is such an easy fix, folks. All you got to do is come in here, and they work. He could work on any boat and fix this for you.
Yeah, definitely. It'll work on any boat. You can go get them in our marine department. They sell them right inside the store. Or, you know, you can always try to adjust your prop. You can go up to try to get a little bit more bite, or, you know, see where your RPMs are and try to adjust it from there.
Well, you sure made him happy. He wrote me the nicest letter, this Skip guy. And it was like, wow, this is pretty neat for such a low price of money.
Cheap,
And for 15 years, he suffered with this problem. So I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
How often should you change the gear oil in the lower unit of your motor?
They recommend every 50 hours changing your gear oil, and then every year you want to do your annual service. And then depending on your motor, you want to go from there on doing impellers and stuff like that. So.
What about an impeller? What do you say? Think a year and a half, 2 years? If it's spraying real good, do you watch that spray coming out?
Yeah, you want to watch your spray. On your bigger motors, like your 250 Optimaxes and stuff like that, you want to do those every couple years. The smaller ones, like 175, 150s, those have a smaller gear case. They also have a smaller impeller, and you want to change those every year. So you just want to watch them, and just, you know, if you start just seeing the stream get weak, you know, you want to get it in and get an impeller done, or, you know, see what else is going on.
Right, I noticed that being on the water all the time with my boat, it's better if I just, I'm using it every week so I can get a long use out of it. But the guys that use that boat and they sit for what, 3 months, 4 months, and it's in the heat, it dries that impeller out because it's just rubber. And starts cracking it, and it falls apart. Yeah, eventually.
The more you use it, the better it is. It's going to last a lot longer. The longer you let it sit, the more it's going to dry up, and it's going to get a set to it, is what we call it. And that's where your ears aren't springing out no more, and that's where your stream gets weak.
Right. So to do just to do an impeller, what is it for a 150 or 200? What does that cost about?
For an impeller, you're looking at $150 plus parts, and then sorry, $100 or $110 plus parts.
Wow, that's pretty reasonable. You know, instead of wrecking your boat, if that water's not squirting out of that hole in the back of your motor, you need to do something, because that's the warning sign right there that motor's going to start overheating. Then you're going to ruin your heads or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
If your alarm's going off, you're gonna make it worse. You know, you keep running it with the alarm going off, you're just gonna make it worse, and it's gonna cost you more money.
Yeah, I know. I had a small problem just a few weeks ago, and I pulled in here, and I thought they were real busy, and I was gonna fix it myself, and I told them that my little power steering unit was leaking just a tiny bit. And my steering wheel started getting the wobbles, and Joe came out, looked at it, and he says, oh, that's an easy fix. I can have that done in 30 minutes. I was like, what? You know, it probably would have took me 2 or 3 hours, but
definitely.
because I didn't have the tools to do it. He has all these special tools and automated stuff to fix that, and man, it's worked perfect ever since, and it didn't even cost that much money to do it. So, you know, that's a couple good things. Anything else on a boat or a motor that you could think of that has to have a regular?
Well, pretty much everything's got to have a regular maintenance done to it. Your trailer, your motor, everything like that. When you bring it in for a service with us, we do a 34-point inspection. So we go over boat, motor, and trailer. So we check all your batteries, make sure they're up to, you know, we load test them. We check your wheel bearings, grease them. We grease the motor and everything like that too. We also do a wiggle test on the trailer bearings to see if you need further service on them or anything like that. Check your lights, everything. So we go over the boat front to back, make sure you're good to go to get on the water for the year. Wow, and in the springtime, I know you guys get busy. You're probably starting to get busy right now because I'm seeing more people at the lake. You get a little bit of a week of warm weather. So if you get a little grease spraying on your wheel on the outside and you're starting to show that this grease is flying out of your buddy ball bearing or your wheel or whatever, that's a sign that that's got a leak and the seal is leaking. So that's another sign that you need to get that fixed somehow. Yeah, definitely. Somewhere. You want to definitely get it fixed. You want to make sure, you know, keep that grease in. That's how you lube your bearings and everything like that. And, you know, when you grease them and stuff like that too, more often, you want to grease them about every 4 to 5 trips. So you're pushing that water and stuff because you're going to get water in there and everything like that. But pushing that water out, it's going to help those bearings last a lot longer too. Well, just a short story before we end is last year I learned the hard way. I saw the grease coming out and I was on my way home from Apache on that road. Oh yeah, a real rough road. Yeah, well, guess what? The wheel fell off. And I've heard so many stories after it happened to me, I'm talking to other people and they're saying the same thing. And that it's because I kept squirting grease in there, but I wasn't fixing the problem because the seals were blowing. So, I mean, that's a testimony on my part for being definitely. You can't go fishing if you can't get to the lake. So. That's right. Well, listen, we appreciate letting us come down here and talk to you and giving everybody these little helpful hints, you know. And just come on down here. These guys are so friendly. You can come inside and see Jerry and Shannon and all the guys that work there, and Joe can figure things out so fast like that. So I got a real quick tip that your time is precious. If you have something wrong with your boat, get it fixed. That means you'll have more time on the water to go fishing.